Great. So, talking about the tips for cracking Snap, what we have to do is that we have a good idea about the topics that are going to come under general English, quantitative ability, or let's say logical reasoning. But other than that, there are many tips that you need to know before attempting Snap. So, let's talk about making a daily study plan and dedicating time for each section, right? So when we are talking about Snap, there is no particular limit for each section. So there are 15 questions of general English, 20 of quants, and 25 of LR. So you have to divide your time regularly to you have to allot the time as per the need of the questions. So let's say we what we can do is that attempt mocks in same time as Snap exam, right? So if we can solve a particular question of quants in, let's say, 2 or 3 minutes, we have to try to solve it in one or lesser than a minute, and we have to analyze each mock. So what a daily study plan can be, that you have to give sectional tests first and then try to give the total mocks. So the daily study plan can include like the weak sections you have, such as, let's say, you are weak in quants or you are weak in LR. You have to allot a larger time base for that particular section and a particularly lower time base for the sections you are good at. Next slide, please. We'll be talking about the important dates for Snap. The first attempt will be at 10 December, the second at 17 December, and the third attempt at 22nd December. Let's take into consideration that many people have failed only the first attempt or the last attempt, or maybe all the three attempts. But there's a very important thing that each attempt has 7 days gap where you can rectify your mistakes. So if you're giving all three attempts, I would like all of you to remember that after you give the first attempt, let's say of the 10 December, you have to work regarding the format. Once you know the how the format of this year's Snap is, what kind of questions there are, what is the difficulty level, is it moderate, is it difficult, what kind of questions are coming in quad, let's say in LR, number series is there, coding decoding is there are many types of questions that come, right? So once you have a gist of it, on 10th of December, what you can do is that work on the problems that you have faced in the first attempt of Snap and then move towards the 17th December Snap. In the period of 7 days, what you can do is that try to rectify your mistake, because after one attempt you will know that you are particularly weak in some kind of a section or some kind of a questions. So you have to allot time accordingly. While talking about the daily study plan, which we are talking in the previous slide, you have to do again after analyzing every Snap attempt. You have to do that as per in the gap of 7 days. Let's talk about the timetable, which I was mentioning in the last slide, which is gap of 7 days, analyze the paper, practice topics that you found difficult, revise all the topics, give 2-3 mocks, and revise the formulas. So my suggestion to all of you would be that now that we are in December and we are talking about Snap on each and every weekend, what my suggestion is that give at least 2 to 3 mocks per day. One mock has to be at the time slot at which your Snap is being conducted, and the other two can be according to your choice. What I was following in my preparation days of Snap, I used to give a mock, take a break of, let's say, half an hour or 45 minutes, and then start analyzing the mock. While analyzing the mock, I used to also look at the time that I spent on every question, so that I know that which questions are to be left out, which questions I should work more on, and which questions I'm easily solving, right? So at that time, I got to know that some particular questions that are difficult are taking more of the time, or I am unable to solve them. So that is what the strategy I followed, that I used to skip those questions and focus more on the questions which were easy or which I was able to solve under 1 minute, because the main focus here is to solve as many questions as we can. And same applies for all the attempts. So you get a gap of 7 days, so you can keep keep following the same process, and then you can excel in the last attempt. Anyhow, the strategy of yours is going to work. Great. So while analyzing your mocks, there are a few pointers that I would like to discuss, which is boost your score, attempt a variety of questions, time management, and create new approaches. So the most important point here, I think, is create new approaches. There are many strategies that people or aspirants follow during Snap. That one may think that we should start with general English, we should start with quants, or we should start with logical reasoning. But I must say that one particular good point about Snap is that you can attempt any section you want at the first. So what I used to do is that I used to start with general English, because I had confidence in general English. I was able to solve 13 out of 15 questions of general English, and it used to give me a confidence to go ahead with other LR and quant questions. So maybe you can try out the strategies in the mocks or the sectional test, and then move ahead to giving a full length mock, and the strategy which works best for you, the mock you have the greatest score, that strategy you can actually write it down and follow it in the main snap attempt. Yes. So these are the essentials of snap section. As I was mentioning before, that in general English, there are going to be 15 number of questions, which will be moderate to difficult. Analytics and logical reasoning will be 25, which will be easy to moderate. And quants, which is the number of questions, are going to be 20, and the difficulty level is going to be moderate. So this is the data that has been followed for all these years, or for the past year. It may change. You may not necessarily get easy difficulty level questions in analytic and logical reasoning. This format can change according to the need of the time. And as we all know, the negative marking is minus 0.25, that is 1/4. And for every correct answer, there is +1. Now, in the next slides, let's talk about each and every section, which can be better explained by Sonia. Sonia, can you please take it ahead?
Yes, Shantanu. So let's start with general English, which is verbal. So mostly we have seen that LOD for general English, that is verbal, is very easy, on the easier side. What I used to do, that I analyzed my mocks, and in my mocks, most of the time, like 10 to 15 minutes were taken by verbal. So which I carried out in my exams too. So first step would be snap RCs are generally short and easy, so you don't have to invest much of your time in those. But if it's a lengthy RC, I would say that you keep it at the last rather than solving it first. Then make sure to go through your vocabulary list. I'm sure that most of the students have made that vocabulary list for 2 to 3 months now. So make sure that you're going through it for the last time, revising it. Then focus on the little things such as figures of speech and parts of speech, which are also important. So then revise all the grammar rules. It be verbs, nouns, everything. Just revise it once. These are some of the topics which are important as far as SNAP is concerned. Though grammar is has the most of the weightage, and vocab. So vocab cannot be completed now in just 1 or 2 days. That's why I would suggest that grammar is one of the topics that you can focus on, and also reading comprehension and figures of speech. Moving forward, this is one of the sample question which we have added from one of the previous SNAP mock. So you can have a look. Moving forward to LR. So, like LOD for LR is mostly moderate to difficult. It might consume your 25 to 30 minutes overall from the 60 minutes. So, you have to choose questions depending upon what your comfort zone is. Like for me, directions and calendars was one of the easier topics. So, I used to work on them, and I used to solve them in less than a minute. So, I used to solve them first. So choosing the questions depending on your comfort zone would help you to save much more time and make it easier for you to solve the hard questions too. So you have to differentiate by analyzing your mocks. You have to differentiate what all questions are easier for you and what all topics you solve in lesser time. Then you have to also practice LR, like different sets of 2 questions or 3 questions that mostly come in Snap. These are some of the important topics as far as LR is concerned. So coding, decoding, directions is also important. The number series, then the blood relations is also important, and course of action. This is one of the directions questions which we have put on. It is also from the SNAP previous paper. Moving towards the quants section, so the LOD is mostly moderate to difficult. So be thorough with the basic formulas. Like we all know how tables, cubes, squares, these are all time-consuming things. So you have to work on this beforehand while solving your mocks. You can also practice small or basic questions through the R.D. Sharma books or Arun Sharma too. So indulge more on the mental calculation. Also have a smart guess thing. Like you can eliminate questions which are not uh, coming towards your answers. You can make a smart guess too. So these are some of the important topics which you can focus on. DI, you already know that 3 or 4 questions can come as a DI set. Then percentages and profit and loss is also important. Then modern maths, then time and work, time, speed, distance are also important. Modern maths is also one of the topics which you can focus on. So this is one of the questions from probability. This SIDTM also had a mock section, so Shantanu will be explaining the same about it.
Yes, thank you, Sonia. Before going towards the sectional mock analysis, I would like to answer 2, 3 questions that are being asked. One is that what is the cutoff for SIDTM or snap score required? I would like to answer that the cutoff keeps changing, the score and the percentile method keeps changing, but a good score would be like, and a good percentile must be 85 or 85 plus. So that with that score, you can easily get into the GEPA round of SIDTM. But yes, it does keep changing, but this is the percentile you should be good with to enter the GEPA round. Now let's shift to the sectional mock analysis with SIDTM mocks. So as we all know that there are 3 types of questions, which is A, B, and C. A is very easy. You just have a look at it and you just know the answer. So let's say there's a word in general English which is coming that state the antonym, or let's say state the synonym or the meaning of the word, and you literally know the meaning of the word, so you are able to solve it in just at the second you look at. So the time allocation for a type A question would be 0.32 seconds roughly. So that is a good attempt. So what you're doing here basically, that a question which requires 1 whole minute, you're solving it in 0.32 seconds. Basically, you're doing it in half the time. So it enables you to answer one more question in the given time, right? And let's talk about the type question, which is B. B is a question where which we can state as that it is not very easy, but it is not very difficult. If you put your mind into it, if you get it on paper and pen, and you can solve it in, let's say, 1 minute, it is a B type of question. So let's say there's a question regarding time, speed, distance, and you are very well versed with the formulas. It will be very easy for you to answer those kind of a question, and roughly it must take you 1, or let's say maximum 1.05 or 1.10 kind of a minutes time to solve that question, because here we only get a minute for a question. There are 60 questions and there are 60 minutes for the exam. And then there's type C question, which may be difficult or which can be termed as highly moderate or difficult. So here you will be needing more than a minute. It will be somewhere around 1.5 minutes, or let's say 2 minutes. At this period of time, depending on the questions that are remaining, you can take the call of whether to skip the C type of question or whether to stick with it, solve it in, and go ahead. My suggestion would be focus on the A's. A's will get you the maximum marks, and then move towards the B's. You can literally write it down that this particular question is a B. You can flag it, or you can just write it down this, okay, the question number 179 is A, then 12th or 15th is B, and then you can attempt it likewise and save your time. That is a good strategy to have while solving snap. Sonia, next slide, please. Great. So this is what the timetable that we have prepared. While I was giving my snap, I had all the 3 attempts registered, right? So this is a strategy I actually followed, which is targeting a score of 25 to 28. While attempting snap for the first time, we are very new to the format, although we have given many types of mocks and many types of sectional tests, but also there are new kinds of questions coming in every snap. So you're new to the exam, you're new to the format, there may be new topics coming in. So a good score to score at the first attempt is 25 to 28, because you just get the gist of it, that how is the format working, what kind of questions are coming, what is the weightage for each topic. And after that, when you analyze the whole exam and you know that what kind of a format snap is following this year, you can prepare a proper strategy to attempt in your second attempt. 7 days gap is a good gap to analyze your strategy, analyze the topics, revise your topics, and then following a different strategy, or maybe following the same strategy with some minor modifications. The target score here would be 32 to 35. Now you can sense the difficulty level rising, or maybe the difficulty level of questions or the topics that are similar in all the attempts. So here you, after the second attempt, you, let's say you are targeting a score of 32 to 35, which is nearly what you can say approximately 85 percentile or closer to that. And now you have a proper what we can say a proper idea of how the exam is going to be, what the format is, what period of time are you taking for a particular question, and you have your final strategy prepared for the last attempt, which is going to be a golden attempt. And you're going to aim of a score of 38 plus, which will get you a very decent percentile. And that gap of 7 days can do wonders for you, basically. Can I have the next slide, please? Okay, let's take some questions at that time. Is the MBA at SIDTM very technical? I'm from a non-tech background and don't want to get into technical course. Uh, I must say that it is not very technical because I'm from a BBA background, and I know that even Pratham, my friend here, is from a BBA background, or let's say a non-technical or non-engineering kind of a background. But it is not very technical. And even if it is technical, you have to get acquainted with it for being relevant in the corporate industry, right? So there are many bridge lectures that take place in SIDTM. So let's say I was very new to the telecom topics and I didn't know what to do regarding telecom. I had zero knowledge about it. So the bridge lectures actually build my foundation from literally level 0 or level 1, let's say. And then I started getting a meaning of it. Then I started getting an idea that what are these technical subjects and how should I study it. And obviously for the people who have an engineering background or kind of a science or technical background, they actually face a problem regarding finance. So those, or the managerial subjects, which kind of seem difficult for them, there are bridge lectures for that too. So even if may you be from any kind of a background, SIDTM takes care that you will be acquainted with the subject very well from these kind of bridge lectures. Okay. Is MBA DTM good bet for a fresher? Oh yes, obviously. Why not? There are many freshers coming in. Let's talk about our batch. Our batch is very diverse. There are people coming in from science background. There are people coming in from a rich experience of 4+ years. There's people coming like me who are literally a fresher. It's not about if you are a fresher or a work experience guy or a girl. It's the attitude that it matters, right? So if you have an attitude of learning, grasping new things, SIDTM is the place for you. If you want to be a techno manager, what we call ourselves here, that you want a good blend of technology and management in your curriculum, and you want to be corporate industry relevant, I guess SIDTM is the right choice for you. How to maximize my score in remaining days? I must say, to maximize your score in this remaining days, Pratham, would you like to shed some light on this? Because as we all know that Pratham has scored a very decent percentile in Snap. Pratham, please share your percentile as well as please answer this question.
Yeah, sure. So actually, I gave two attempts of Snap, which was the second and third attempt. In the second attempt, I gave NMAT as well and CAT as well. So I just had a gap of 10 to 11 days between my CAT and my Snap. So the question is very valid for me. It's very relevant for me because I started my Snap preparation in the span of 10 days itself. So, since after you give CAT, you already have some major concepts clear already, and Snap, the paper is comparatively much easier compared to CAT. It is a type 1 exam and it is just for 60 minutes. So, you just have to be focused for just 60 minutes. Regarding the remaining days, the main strategy would be concept. You need to clear all the concepts which you have been preparing so far. And another, which is the best strategy for now, for the remaining 10 days, will be the mocks and analysis. So I used to give around 3 to 4 mocks per day and then analyze them the next day or the remaining day. So in the span of 5 to 6 days, I gave about 18 to 20 mocks before between my second and my third attempt. So that really helped me and helped me score a 97.85 percentile in my Snap. So I guess main is the clearing of concepts and the mock analysis, and give mocks like anything. Like you, if you are free for an hour, just give a mock. So that will help you the best.
Very true, Pratham. Also, there are many questions coming in that why should I join SIDTM, or let's say if I'm a fresher, or let's say I'm from a non-tech background. Why did you choose SIDTM as your choice? Would you like to answer that, please? There are many people asking that question.
Yeah, sure. Firstly, I'm a fresher and I've just passed out in 2022. I'm come from a bachelor's in management studies, which is a non-tech profile. The main reason for me joining SIDTM was it is a very futuristic college, according to me. Technology is something which is included in everything. So, be it finance, marketing, HR, even operations, everywhere, technology is the new thing right now. And for my career going onwards, I think core MBA will be comparatively less relevant according to me, compared to a person who has both skills, management as well as technological, because I acquired my management skills from my bachelor's itself. I was a bachelor in management studies itself. So I thought being able to grasp certain technologies as well will really help me stand apart from the rest of the batch or the people. So that was the main reason for me joining SIDTM.
That is great, Pratham. Thank you so much. There are many questions coming in. I'll try to answer one of them, and let's move to other questions. So one of question is, being from the non-tech background, is it difficult to cope up with the curriculum as it is niche domain in digital and telecom? I actually kind of answered it in my previous slides that there are bridge lectures and you can totally rely on them for the knowledge gaining or information gaining of that time, because I know that Pratham and I have been attending all the bridge lectures and we are very well equipped with the technical knowledge that all our engineer friends have. And I must say that all the financial and managerial knowledge that we have, my engineer friends are acquainted with it. Yes, Sonia. So can you just guide me through the next slides of infrastructure and facilities? Yes. So guys, these are the classrooms. This is our C hall and this is our conference hall. These are the kind of classrooms you're going to study in during SIDTM for different kinds of lectures. If there's a guest lecture, we sit in C hall. If there's any kind of a faculty coming in who's a visiting faculty, if all the divisions are to be taken together, it's a big kind of a hall. And here is where we all do the learning. These are the classrooms. As you can see on your left side, there's this conference hall. If you have to take advantage of it, if you have to learn something, if you want to hold a conference, this is the hall for you. Next slide, please. Yes, great. So Sonia, would you like to talk about the amphitheater, central library and computer labs? It is one of the great infrastructure facilities at SIDTM, or let's say Symbiosis International University.
Yes, Shantanu. So as Shantanu said, our campus is very beautiful, and amphitheater is one of the place where most of the events are held. Then coming to the computer labs, we have a very nice IBM lab and also the blockchain lab too in our college. Coming to the library, it is a huge library where you can find most of the books, and not only offline but also the online library sessions are available. So moving forward. So this is the helipad and this is the SIU swimming pool. We have a dedicated sports place where different games are also held, and also we have squash, badminton, indoor games, outdoor games, whichever you are willing to play with. Then auditorium also, we have a huge auditorium of around 500 to 600 seats. Moving forward, this is our gym. Then, as I already told, there is badminton and squash court too. And we have an eco-friendly campus. There is the Go Green campus. So we don't encourage any like two-wheelers or four-wheelers in our campus. So we all have only cycles in our campus. So moving forward, Shantanu, will you be explaining about the committees?
Sure thing, sure thing. Okay, so we have many committees and clubs in SIDTM. As every MBA college, we know that study is not the only motive when you are doing an MBA. It is very essential to have extracurricular knowledge, or let's say extracurricular exposure towards things when you are talking about MBA. Could you please display all the committee names, Sonia? So while talking about committees, there are different committees. There are committees such as branding and admissions, the committee which I am from, where we take care of the branding of SIDTM and the admissions part. There's academics and research. There's alumni relations team. So we have a good track of all the alumni and what are they doing. So we can celebrate them. We can talk about them, that in which domain are they working to have a good data. There's entrepreneurship cell, which talks about entrepreneurship. They also hold TEDx, which is one of the greatest SIU level event that happens in SIDTM. There's international sales, which talks about the internships international on international levels. There's obviously placement and corporate interface team, which takes care of the placement. International telecom seminar, one of the biggest seminars in India, and I must say that it is one of the flagship events of SIDTM. There's Purge committee, who takes care of the social responsibility part of the SIDTM. There's research and publication committee, as the name suggests. There's sports committee, who takes care of all events of sports. Like there's a very big event named as Icebreaker, where all the juniors and seniors indulge into different kinds of sports, and there's a very healthy competition regarding it. There's student welfare and fest committee, where we arrange many kinds of fests. There are many kind of fest coming in. We try to take care that the culture is preserved here, and we try to do different activities. And there's web and tech. There are many kind of committees which you can be a part of. There are roughly 12 committees. There are different clubs at SIDTM. Let's say there's finance club, there's marketing club, there's digital technologies club, there's telecom club, there's consultancy club, there's analytics club. So here it is more related to academics, I must say, and you get a good knowledge about it. These clubs also give out many kind of articles which provide a lot of information about the ongoing trends of, let's say, telecom, marketing, finance, analytics, consultancy, and digital technology. So you have that extra kind of a knowledge without going anywhere. Those articles will be right at your email on one click. Next slide, please. Student life at SIDTM. So we have a question before going to the student's life. Here the question: what are the fees for the course? I would like to say that the fees right now stand somewhere around 19 to 20 lakhs, including all the residents and the mess fees and everything. So that will be the total kind of fees. Uh, right, right. How much snap percentile required? As I've answered before, 85 percentile or plus than that is a good score to have at snap. Does SIDTM have annual fest? Yes, yes, man. There are many fests going on in SIDTM. In LR and QA, less attempts, so less marks. What to do? Okay. Okay, that's a good question. LR and QA, less attempts, so less marks. What to do? I guess you have to work on the topics that you're good at, as well as what you're bad at. We talked about it, which topics are very important. You can just rewind the video, and you can find the topics that what kind of topic has how many number of questions, and then prepare accordingly. There are moderate. Let's say the ratio here is, if there are 10 questions, 8 are going to be moderate or 7 are going to be moderate, and 3 or 2 are going to be difficult. So that is the kind of a ratio that is followed in Snap. Core MBA will be rest relevant. Okay, no problem. Yeah, what are the fees for the courses? I guess I have answered all the questions, and let's talk about the campus life at SIDTM. So we have many events coming in, which is DigiCon, there's Investiture, where we felicitate all the guys and the girls who are a part of committees of what they have done. It's a felicitation program. DigiCon, there are many industry stalwarts coming in, speaking about their what we can say, speaking about their experiences, speaking about their contribution towards the corporate sector, the social responsibility, events taken care of by Spurge. Then there are panel discussions, there are e-summit, there's icebreaker, as I mentioned just now. Next page, please. Great. So talking about why SIDTM, I would like to call upon Srishti. She's my senior. She would be the better person to answer this question. Srishti, can you please?
Yeah, thank you, Shantanu. Hello, everyone. I am Srishti Bhalerao. So, I've done my bachelor's in electronics and telecommunication engineering, and I've joined SIDTM as a fresher. I've also done an internship in digital marketing, and currently I'm placed in one of the leading telecom companies in India. And so, moving further and talking about why SIDTM. So, basically, at SIDTM, we focus on mostly on the digital aspect and technological aspect, And our subjects, like we have core management subjects as well as those subjects are applied to the digital and technology management. So we get a blend of both the worlds, if you can say so. And also here we in SIDTM we learn new technologies such as we learn IoT, Internet of Things, we have analytics, we learn financial technologies, we have smart devices, cloud infrastructure, data center, cybersecurity, mobile applications, also digital marketing and blockchain. So basically, SIDTM focuses on the development of telecom, ICT, and digital technology business leaders. And moving further, if I am supposed to talk about alumni, so SIDTM has over 2000 2900 plus alumni which are making a mark in the industry currently, and they're working in various sectors. Basically, we can if talking about the sectors, I must say it's there's technical consultant, network managers, project leaders, business development managers, just to name a few. Also, many of our senior alumni are holding a senior management positions such as CEO, director, vice president, head of business, and many more. Moving further, if we consider the specialization that SIDTM offers as moving further, can you please move on to the next slide? Yeah, thank you. So if I talk about the specializations here, so systems and finance, we have three specializations: system and finance, marketing and finance, and analytics and finance. So basically, as you can see, finance is a minor specialization, and we have major specialization, which is system marketing and analytics. So in system and finance, we basically study technology such as I mentioned earlier, like IoT, Internet of Things, cloud, and AWS. We have AWS lab in our institution, and these are the technologies we study at SIDTM. Also, here it is basically the specialization is to create a techno manager. So the new age technology managers who could be responsible for the business processes, product development, and project management type of job roles. So if you want to know about the profiles or job profiles that are offered at SIDTM, here are some which are like consultant, cybersecurity, internal audit, pre-sales consultants, management trainees, process consultant, IT advisory, and also project management. If we move on to the marketing and finance, so marketing and finance specialization is a perfect balance at being a techno marketing specialization. So basically, here the course offers subjects in marketing as well as technical aspects. So we have brand management, we have Salesforce and channel management, marketing communication, and many more. Also, we have guest lectures and all. So the guest lectures were on like ad tech, martech. Like if you go in the industry currently, you will never see anything which is away from technology who doesn't use any digital or technical aspect in it. Like we were thinking like marketing, like if we understand marketing, it was like a traditional marketing. We used to do big flyers or big banners, or we used to have like newspaper ads and everything. But current and right now, if we see, we have digital marketing, we have social media marketing. Again, in that, analytics is a part of marketing currently, where we learn like martech and ad tech. So in current industry, like wherever you go, you will find a digital or technological aspect in it. And at SIDTM, we try to amalgamate these two things together in a cohesive way. So moving further, if I talk about the job roles that are offered at marketing and finance, are like sales, business development consultant, territory sales manager, digital marketing. These are some of the job roles you can find in through the marketing and finance specialization. If we talk about analytics and finance, so basically, uh, in the past few years, there is an increasing demand of data science and analytics in the industry. So SIDTM offers this specialization to cater to that demand. So basically here we focus mainly on various tools which are being currently used in industries, and we also learn like Python, Tableau, Power BI. We learn those analytical tools in SIDTM from which we can be, industry ready. And if we consider the job roles that are offered or can be related to the specialization, are associate consultant, business analyst, business associate, project manager, risk management, and much more. So this is about the specializations. If we move to the next slide, so the highest, this is our highest summer placement of 2022-24 batch. So the highest stipend is 2,50,000, and the average top is 1,54,000 approx. And moving further, these are our final placements. So our highest package is around 27 lakhs. Our top average 15 is 22 lakhs, 0.5. Average top 25 is 19.48. And I would also like to mention, like we have from past years, we have seen an good amount in increase of PPOs. So this year, actually, we had the highest PPO placements currently in our college. Moving further, so these are some of our recruiters. If I would like to highlight some of these are the major four companies that are top four companies that are EY, KPMG, Deloitte, and Capgemini. We also have telecom companies like Jio, Vodafone Idea. We have Accenture, and if you can see other companies here as well. The entire information about our placement figures, our recruiters, and everything will be available on our website. So if you want to know more about it, do visit our website. You will get to know more about our job profiles, our batch, like what batches. Like I saw many questions. I saw many questions regarding what is the batch profile. Like I am a fresher, or I have this work ex, I have that work ex, I have BBA background, I have BCom background. So if you go and check out our batch details, like our batch diversity, you will understand and you will get to know, like it doesn't matter from which background you come of, you if you have a fresher or if you have a work ex, or if you have a gap year even as well. So it doesn't matter. Basically what matters is uh, what do you want to do in your life, where you want to go, and what career you want to pursue. So basically if you want to do, like personally, if I would suggest is, like if you want your career and you want to pursue your career in digital and technological field, basically being a consultant, risk analyst, internal audit, or anything related to technology, working in an IT sector, or you are genuinely interested in learning digital and technology, even if you're from a completely different background, but you have that zeal to learn, I think SIDTM is a place to be, because SIDTM is a niche college and is at top in that, in the niche which it is. So basically, you'll not find any other college which is that good in its placement, in its curriculum, in its courses, or even the guest lectures, the events that we conduct. Our main focus is to help students to understand and to make them industry ready, right? So we at SIDTM, we have lots of amount of guest lectures, like industry experts that are coming in, and having the guest lectures where we can understand, like from the people who are actually practicing and working in the industry currently, right? So we get a lot of knowledge from there as well. And SIDTM tries to cover like entire 360 of a student. If you are a fresher and you don't know anything, like I am a fresher as I mentioned earlier, so before coming to SIDTM, I had no knowledge about industry, like how it works, what are the job profiles. But right now I'm sitting here and I'm talking about the job profiles, because that's how exposure I've got. Like I know what a consultant does, I know what is an internal audit, I know what is a risk analyst does. So this is an exposure that you get, and I think it's a great place to be, even if you're fresher, work ex, doesn't matter. Moving further, is there any slide left? Okay, no. So I wish you all the best. I know, I think a lot of people have given cat, and I'm not sure who's went good and not. I'm sure everyone has done their best, but I do wish you luck for the snap paper, and I hope you do your well, and basically try to follow all the rules and tips that Shantanu and Sonia has given. I think those will help a lot, and all the best, guys. And if you have any questions, do let us know right now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Srishti. That was very insightful. Actually, I got to know about many more things about SIDTM while you were talking about it. Thank you so much.
Thank
Uh,
you.
so, are there any questions that you guys would
Yeah,
like
we
us to
can take
answer?
few questions, Shantanu. Like,
Uh, yeah, so there are questions talking about median package, and it has been answered that it's around 12 plus. Yes, that is the right answer. Is hostel for SIDTM and SIBM the same? Yes, buddy, it is kind of same. We actually share the campus with SIBM Pune, with SSBF, with SIMC, and there's SIDTM. So we all share the same campus. We have the same hostels. We use the same infrastructure. The mess is same. Everything is same. Yes.
I would also like to add here, we also go to each other's events. So, event conducted by SIPM, we go and attend there. The events that we conduct, different colleges come here. So, we get to interact with a lot of people from different colleges and also from different backgrounds. So, we also have SIPM entrepreneurship is also there. So, a lot of people have many startups where you can go and, just talk and learn from them, like how do they conduct a startup. So it's a very fun thing on a hostel and even on a campus. You will love it there.
Okay. Preetham is asking, sir, can you guide me? How can I crack the SNAP exam? Actually, Preetham, we have talked about it a lot in the initial stage, but Sushit, do we have any last minute guidance or last minute tips? If you
So
have something to share.
yeah, sure, I will. So basically for me, currently I think everybody has given CAT, so they already have the knowledge and basics and everything. So for me, I think giving SNAP is the most important thing is time management. So basically it's very important because there are 60 questions and there are 60 minutes, right? You can't do one question in 1 minute. It's not possible. Some or the other question will take like 3 to 4 minutes. It's bound to happen. So basically try to give more marks. You will understand where you're going wrong. So basically you have to analyze your own mocks. So if you have not given any mocks, people who have not given any mocks, I would suggest go and take a mock right now after this session, and you will understand your where do you stand basically, and from there how to proceed. Basically it's like you have to learn where you're going wrong. If you don't know what is the problem, how you'll find the solution, right? So basically you have to give mocks, try to give a lot of mocks, as um, previously other guys mentioned, like go and take mocks. If you have 1 hour free, go and take mock and analyze, and just continuously revise. Revising is important. Continuously revise all the formulas, all the shortcuts, tricks and everything, and try to give more and more mocks. This is from my side. If
Great.
anyone else would want to give any suggestions, sure.
Yes, yes. Uh, I think we have answered most of the questions. So I think it is time to wish all of them all the very best for Snap. If there are any questions, you can reach us out on any social media platform. If there's Instagram, there's LinkedIn. You can text us anywhere. We are more than happy to answer all of the questions.
I would like to mention one
Great.
more
So
thing
I
here.
think this is
Shantanu, I
where
would like to mention one more thing here. As we were talking about mocks, like people will be like, where can we get mocks? I saw 1 or 2 questions here. So SIDTM does provide mocks,
yes,
and we do
yes, yes.
have free mocks basically, and we provide the free mocks as well as the answer key, from where you can understand where you're going wrong, or if you're facing any difficulty in any question to solve. So I think the link will be provided in the description or somewhere here. So you can go and check out our free mocks and sign in, and you'll get the free mocks. Thank you. You
Very
can
true.
end the session.
Very true.
Thank you
Yes,
guys. All the
yes.
best.
All the best, guys. All the best.
All the
May
best,
you
guys.
get the dream college. Thank you so much.